IKEA cabinet in the far corner of her studio. No, she never thought of bullets, except in her dreams. Perhaps that is why she felt so disorientated when she finally awoke to the screeching of the phone. She had been expecting the sharp cracks, the muffled thudding explosions, to fade, as always when she regained consciousness. Instead, as she shook the drowsiness from her mind, the bullet pops continued, punctuated by other, more animalistic sounds, shrieks, screams cut off abruptly, snuffling sounds of herds moving beyond her door, dull thuds of bodies, or something else, hitting the heavily carpeted floors. "Ma'am," the voice on the phone whispered urgently. "I'm calling from reception. We have a problem. Please stay in your room. Lock the door, please. And please turn off all lights. You cannot let them know you are there. Do not open the door for anyone. Please." "What?" she began, but a click had ended the conversation. Fighting the drowsiness, Sam lay in bed, cradling the receiver against her ear, trying to make sense of the call, trying to remember how long or even where she had been sleeping, even as the sounds beyond her door took on a terrible familiarity. Slowly, the fragments began clicking into place. She had checked into the Arcadia early in the afternoon, weary and wishing for nothing more than a hot shower and a clean bed. As always, she had sniggered to herself when the taxi had pulled up in the broad driveway. All luxury hotels looked the same to her. Obscenely wide carriageways leading up to broad, gleaming steps, vast, cold lobbies and atria glistening with marble and brass and crystals. The rooms all done in similarly nondescript wallpapers, apparently to heighten the sense of luxury. The same large mirrors, the state-of-the-art entertainment systems, and then, the only thing that ever interested Sam, a sprawling bed with antiseptically clean sheets and fat, fluffy pillows, the kind she would never bother to buy for herself. She always insisted on staying a couple of nights at one of these at the end of an assignment. In her cynical moments, she told herself these luxury hotel stays were a reminder of all that was corrupt in the world, that the men who invariably bought her a drink at the bar in the evening were also the ones paying for the killings beyond the neatly manicured lawns. She would try to convince herself that she learned as much about the wars plaguing the world in these hotels as she did in the battle-torn jungles, scorching deserts, and dusty, forgotten villages. But the truth was simpler, more selfish. She simply liked the ritual of climbing into a clean bed after a long hot bath and drowning herself in a deep-bottomed bottle of single malt ordered from room service. And even before she shut the heavy drapes to screen out whatever city lay beyond the double-glazed, soundproof glass windows, even before her head, heavy and aching and blurred with whiskey, hit the pillow, she knew her sleep would be troubled, marred by the images her mind could then not keep out. But if nothing else, the ritual reminded her, after each battle, that regardless of her photographs, her memories, her nightmares, she could still leave the dead behind. But this time, it seemed that the dead had followed her. The muffled explosions and rattles of automatic weapons echoed not far beyond her door. Sam tried to clear her head and focus on that strange, abrupt phone call. Then, as she began to return the receiver to the phone, a flurry of steps sounded in the corridor beyond her door. Someone tried the door, roughly rattling its ornate handle, knocking impatiently, repeatedly. In an instant, despite the whiskey haze clouding her mind, her sense of self-preservation kicked in. The phone call hadn't been a prank at all. She lay frozen, holding the receiver just above its rest, as if even its soft click would be loud enough to alert the strangers in the corridor. A few more kicks at the door, and then the stranger moved away. Further away in the corridor, she could hear more knocks.